Well, it's a tremendous day to be here in Belfast and meet all the wonderful people in St. Bridget's Third World Group, because you have made the impossible possible for us. I'm a member of the Medical Missionaries of Mary myself. My name is Sister Mary O'Malley. I've worked in Africa since 1978, and my present commitment is to work in counter-trafficking. I do this mainly by creating awareness of the reality of the problem, by victim assistance, by teaching youth, and so on. There's never a moment when there isn't some growth. What human trafficking is, it literally, victims are lured. People in poor countries are lured to let their children go for promises of jobs, education. Even young ladies think they're going to get married to a white man. Approximately 2 to 4 million people are trafficked every year according to UN estimates. They're certainly in their thousands and thousands. Many of them are trafficked within their own countries. Kenya is a source, transit and destination country for human trafficking. With 2.4 million AIDS orphans, the source is there all the time. It's a transit country, and even coming home on my holidays this time, I saw some girls in the lounge in Nairobi, actually Ethiopian or Eritrean, both. I was so upset deep in my own heart because I knew where they were going, and I went over and tried to make conversation with them, but I was unable because they didn't have a word of English. So I said, "Is it going to work?" And one girl picked me up on it and she said, "Yes, work. We go work." Which the horrifying reality is that she's probably going into sexual exploitation, and certainly there's a big element of labour exploitation where the hours are generally 20 plus, going to sleep at 2 a.m, awake again at 5 a.m. The stories are horrendous in what happens to them. And Kenya then is a destination country for human trafficking because it has a good tourist setup on the coast and many other areas where visitors are, they have really a free for all. So second to South Africa, Kenya is the second highest tourist sex destination or sex trafficking holidays in Kenya. You asked me before, what is the impact on the victims? I would say it is life destroying. Anyone who has been so brutalized in that way has really lost their young life forever in some cases, and some I know have even taken their own lives. Others have branched into prostitution when they come back. Their self-confidence, their sense of purpose, the meaning of life for them, their own self-esteem is totally nil. So what is another terrible they are so brutalized that you don't realize how badly brutalized they are being. So we've rescued numbers of them from going back to their own country again and branching into prostitution. How do we work? I'm often asked. Well, a great part of our work is on awareness raising, and certainly every workshop we give generates 3 others or 5 others. Last year alone we had over 20,000 people who got that information, and they spread it on to others. So it's having a ripple effect at a very fast rate, I would say. And then to keep it going and put it into Kenyan hands, we have trained over 200 people in the last 2.5 years, and they themselves are competent and certified as able to give the explanations. What do victims need most? I would say it's personal growth, counselling, because some of them are faced with very, very deep issues. Another area I feel is very important, it would be to try to assist some of them to educate their children. Some of them have very, very bright children with a wonderful future ahead of them, absolutely top class, fit for university, but unless they get the start off, then life becomes hopeless, and they literally slide irretrievably into the same path of degradation that their mothers worked in. How are we getting on? Well, it was very hard to come away from Kenya because there was so much going on. It's one of these things that, as I say, we always have more and more requests than we can manage. More and more requests that we cannot reach because of lack of resources, even petrol to travel. All these things come into it. And then I myself, because of my insertion into the slums in Nairobi, I meet very, very many needy causes. And it's been good to come here today and share so much with you. Because you yourselves have been behind me, behind us, for so many years that you will never see the good you have done. My life takes me right into the slums there, and I hope sometime later on to see a video which I made together with some youth in the slums, and also one of our trainers who himself is a Muslim, and he did a tremendous job in shooting some of the video right deep down in the slum. Anybody out there, if you're helping St. Bridget's, you're really helping and contributing to a mighty cause. I would say that. Without hesitation, there is 100% of your money passed on to me. And from some of the stories and the reports I have written today, there's no doubt about it. You have been covering, I would say, a marathon a month at least. So I want to thank you, and please continue to be behind us, because of ourselves we can be penniless in the face of so much helplessness and poverty. And despite all the problems people face with the recession here, I know that some of you also feel the same effects of poverty. But to be on the other side is to see another reality and another set of different circumstances which make life more difficult in the third world.